Good evening to all, and for our last installment, last episode for uh, Friday, September 8, kasama po natin ngayon ang isa sa mga miyembro ng Philippines Short Track Speed Skating Team, isa sa mga na recently ay balita natin na nag-qualify bilang isa sa mga representatives natin sa ISU Junior World Cup. So i-welcome po muna natin sa ating programa from the Philippine Short Track Speed Skating Team, si Hans Matthew Buemio. Welcome to the program and thank you so much sa pagsama.
Yun po. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, and I'm glad to have you with us on this episode para talakayin nga yung recent na achievement na nakamit natin. Such a great opportunity nga para sa mga local skaters kagaya mo na makapag-interview ka dito sa amin. Pero una sa lahat, kamusta na po kayo? Have you finished training na for today? Still in part pa rin of the long preparations for the ISU Junior World Cup. I think this is for November, no?
Yes po, yeah. And
So,
it will be in like near third-ish week of November in Netherlands.
okay. But pero natapos mo na ba training ngayon?
For today po, actually, ice trainings are only held for me only during Wednesdays and Saturdays and Sundays. Wednesdays night to be specific po. Because recently I've been catching up with my school po kasi since I just got back from a 2-week break.
Okay, so twice a week pala yung training. And then what else? You also
Twice a
busy
week.
in the studies?
Twice a week po, sorry.
Okay, twice a week. And also
No,
you're busy with
thrice po.
studies, di ba?
Thrice po, 3 times a week.
Ayun, alright.
Yeah, 3 times a
So,
week. And,
okay.
yeah, I've also been busy with my studies lately since I'm catching up with my lessons po kasi with my missed lessons and it's really tough po. But kakayanin naman po.
Okay, first things first, paano ka nag-umpisa sa inyong journey niyo being a short track speed skater? Sabihin natin itong short track speed skating, it's an adrenaline rush, ika nga, na makita na di lang tayo nakapokus man lang kay Julia Macaraeg o di kaya yung pinaka-senior natin, kasama natin sa paglilingkod si Miss Ana Cruz. Kung kilala mo si Miss Ana, she is
Yeah,
a former part of our national short track speed skating team. Pero ngayon, nasa UP na siya. At alam natin, hindi lang naka-focus lang tayo solely sa PhilAms, kundi meron tayong mga local talents na pwede nating ibida sa international stage. So, how did the journey started for you?
well, actually, all started back in like maybe when I was 8 or 9, and of course with the help of Sir Pico Martin and at their coach Catherine Magno and Brandon Molenda, they were the first few people that really helped me get into the sport and really learn the sport with the basics and all that, the fundamentals. That was like
Oh,
2017 or 2018.
oh, si Catherine Magno pala yung una mong coach, no? I
Yeah,
remember
I'm pretty
her nga
familiar with her.
pala. Siya yung unang pioneering na short track speed skater sa bansa natin.
Yes, but yeah, she was the first really coach who's ever taught me like to how to skate to back then.
Okay. And after ng nag-umpisa ka na sa, well, simply pagtuturo, basics, pagtuturo ng basics about short track speed skating, did you actually join pala yung mga international competitions, even those in the pre-pandemic time?
Yeah, I've actually joined competitions in like Singapore, Australia, and yeah, I guess that's pretty much. And also here in the Philippines.
Alright. And of course, napagdaanan na tayo dito sa pandemic. Well, obviously, all the ice rinks were closed, pero at least nagpapakondisyon ka pa rin when it comes niya sa home training in case na magbukas ulit yung ice rinks. And when the time comes na binuksan na ulit, dito ka naging seryoso talaga sa training on ice.
Yeah, it's actually only been like a year since I've been like really competitive, or maybe half a year since I've got back to the ice.
So you're now age 16 years old and currently You've been the national team member for 2 years, no?
Yes, po. I actually just got reinstated for the national team like recently again.
Okay, so nakabalik ka na sa full-time sa national team and you're now in junior B category or the age
Yes.
group and you already or the age group na nasa 15 to 16 years old and you already have sabi mo nga 2 to 3 years na nasa service to being part of the national team even though you having a break there for some time because of the pandemic. Dito pa lang nakitaan ka na ng potential to become one of the rising athletes pagdating sa sport na ito at a very young age, no? Ano masasabi mo?
Well, actually, for me, also, for my opinion, it's a great opportunity for me to be able to be back at this sport since I could sense that potential in me at some point, but I'm hanging on to it since it's really tough. Being on a 3-year break, because of the pandemic, all rinks are closed. While the other skaters have been skating at different ice skating rinks, like they train abroad just to be able to get into ice rinks. For me, it's been tough since ice sports are really hard. Like having it just like having a 1 week break could get you into a really tough spot.
And of course, during those week, at ngayon naka-resume ka na, nandiyan pa rin yung tiwala at suporta at yung sabihin nating moral boosting na mga paalala ng mga coaches, yung teammates nyo, even the former ones, para maibsan mo yung lahat ng pagod, hirap, sacrifice. At kung may pagkakamali in executing the techniques, at least naging biyaya para sa inyo itong journey mo of getting a huge comeback from the national team.
Yes, po.
What can you say about the sabihin natin moral boosting support ng mga coaches and your teammates?
Well, actually, I'm really thankful for it po, since they really motivate me, and we also all help each other from time to time, as a team.
Kadalasan, pag sinabing short track speed skating, it's like a full throttle, beating the time, speed, and of course, consistency against those rivals who surrounded with you. Pero nare-realize na, of course, kailangan i-flex mo yung mga fundamentals mo at mga beliefs sa paglalaro on the ice rink. And of course, hindi pwede maiwasan yung pressure dahil alam natin yung mga kalaban mo, may mga kanya-kanyang oras sila eh.
Yeah, that's true po.
Alright. So before itong Asian Open Trophy or meron ba kayong sinalihan na competitions for this year? Ito pa lang.
Oh, sorry, can you repeat the question?
Before itong Asian Open Trophy, ito lang yung sinalihan mo ng competition. Ano ba yung mga sinalihan mong competition? Yung mga previous competitions? O ito pa lang yung for
I
this year?
actually joined one competition po in Jakarta in Indonesia, and also one in Singapore just this year.
Okay. And how do you keep yourself shape and prepared for those types of competitions? And of course, yung mindset natin to just go with the flow and i-ease natin yung mental roadblocks para at least maging smooth ang inyong performance on the ice.
Actually, I've been doing how do you say this? Trial and error trial and error with my diet to see how I would be able to keep in shape and be active during trainings and still keep the same performance along with proper sleep, which I've probably been having a hard time with. And yeah,
All
and
right.
sorry,
Go ahead, go ahead. You may
I
continue.
forgot the other question after the keep in shape. Sorry.
Yes po. And how do you keep in shape and of course your kind of preparations for the types of preparations that you specific preparations nga pala for the Asian Open Trophy. Ano ba mga ginawa mo?
Um, with the help of my coaches, is some of my few coaches also from here in the Philippines and some foreign coaches. But we've all set different types of training programs for me to be able to cope up with the time available, especially Like before, we also only do have three ice trainings in a week, so we have to budget that for in one go. So yeah.
Okay. So, Ans, nakuha mo yung oras na 48.435 seconds sa EAT number 2 semifinals of the boys 100 500-meter race. Kung saan ikaw yung unang local bet na nag-qualify nga for the ISU Junior World Cup. Can you tell us a background or explainer on how do you overcome this and this great performance against sabihin natin mga top Asian rivals, and kahit hindi natin nakuha yung podium, at least natamo mo pa rin yung achievement na makaset ng qualifying time for the ISU. What can you say about your performance?
Well, I know it's given that my opponents were really, really good. Like some of them are already set for the Olympics in Gangwon happening in 2024, and some of them are already World Cup qualifiers. But now, honestly, I did really bad since I got like sick like a few weeks before the competition, and condition wasn't there. But I'm not gonna be using those as an excuse. It's just more motivation for me to get better and to do better next competition to achieve my goals and to keep the discipline right on track.
By the way, the president nga pala ng PHSU, si Ma'am Nikki Cheng, gave a passing mark on your performance. What can you say about the support of the PHSU sa inyong undertakings nga pala of getting qualified nga for the ISU? And seeing Ma'am Nikki in action, ika nga,
Well, I'm really grateful that she was there too. She was able to watch my performance, even though I was like, I'm not kind of satisfied with it, but at least I'm still proud that I still got to qualify. And yeah, I'm really thankful for her support as well, for also helping me, giving me the opportunities of having trainings and to be able to train, and yeah, giving me enough time to prepare for the competitions as well.
and looking at the big picture, kumpara natin dito sa mga iba na pa nating mga short track speed skaters like Julian Macaraeg, there's also Peter Grosclose, who's actually qualified din for the ISU. Talagang malaki na ang improvement ng mga local bets when it comes to clinching the qualifying time for the World Cup. Parang describe natin, ang taas natin ng level ng ating mga local skaters natin, but do we need additional training abroad to maximize yung mga nagawa ninyong mga skills at mga techniques nga in setting your goals nga for the World Cup?
In all honesty, I would say at a certain level of skating, you would it wouldn't be really too much of a need, but it would be worth a try for the experience and for, of course, new knowledge as well. Since uh, in the sport, every country, especially in the Europe, have like their own way of skating, their own technique, their own method of how they do their work, their own work ethic. So I guess training abroad would be worth it at a certain level. But if you're still like the basic, then essentially it would be better for you to learn the basics first. And yeah, but let's say if like in the general question, I guess it's fine if you train abroad since ice quality is also better abroad and more training time since uh in abroad they train 6 times a week. They have more ice time and they train a lot.
But kung hindi tumalab nga yung option na maglaro abroad, do you think na kaya din pala tayo sa local training man lang with, of course, the mix of local coaches and the foreign coaches?
Actually, for me, I've never trained abroad until like this August 21st. I went to a training camp in China, which was my first ever training camp outside of the country, Philippines, and it was a great experience. But yeah, I really do guess na kaya naman po magawa ang lahat with the right work and discipline. Anything could be done because I could solely see myself as an example to that, since I don't really have access to much things as other skaters do, with proper equipment and the ice ring and so many other factors.
Okay, I remember that because you also joined the ISU coaching camp with Chino and Sanpil. Tama po ba? Tell us more about it.
Yeah, it was actually in Chaoyang, Beijing. It was a great experience. We had a fun time as well. We met good coaches with Olympic records and world champions in China. They were the ones who taught us how to skate properly and have good programs. We've surely gotten new knowledge from the training camp, which was obviously worth it. Yeah. The entire camp was essentially benefited all the skaters as well for all levels.
And do we see this opportunity na train and to learn with the top trainers in the ISU Cup in China to maximize yung exposure ng mga local skaters internationally and to own them, their skills sa international stage?
Yeah, actually, we were also skating with really, really good skaters. It was actually the Chinese junior national team, which was their next lineup for the national team, which are just like let's say being preparation. Yeah. Uh, it would really hone our exposure, since, like I said, it's a big thing, since it's the ISU Center of Excellence training camp, which is a big training camp for the federation, and there are many good takeaways that you will get from the training camp as well. You'll meet new people and have a great new other experience than what you usually do.
Okay, so that competition nga pala na inyong sasalihan will be on November in the Netherlands. So abang maaga pa lang with less than 2 months before the event, are there any expectations coming from you as you set to make history as the first local skater to qualify and to join force with Peter or even with Peter for the upcoming for the ISU juniors?
Actually, for this November, I'm really eyeing on being able to qualify for the main ICU World Cup this time. And I would be needing 46.4 seconds to qualify, just 2 seconds away from my recent personal best from Bangkok. And yeah, that's really my main goal, to be able to qualify for the World Cup itself.
But of course, yung matagal natin pinapangarap is yung Winter Olympics. Are you
Yeah.
aiming talaga para makaka-qualify para sa Winter Olympics in 2026?
Yeah, actually, I'm really aiming for the one in 2026, and uh, I'm still hoping that I'd also be able to qualify for the 2024 next year February Winter Youth Olympics. But before that, I'd really have to qualify po muna for the World Cup. I'd be needing 46 seconds first and below for me to be
So,
able to get to there. So yeah, it's a step-by-step thing for me. So I really
so
hope that I can get it this time, November. So
ayun. So, step by step at malayo pa mararating itong si Ans at kaya natin na ma-attain yung mga times na yon and we push boundaries ika nga in strengthen our national team program as Ans became the first ever local skater to qualify for the ISU World Cup. And again, congratulations on making it thus far. This is actually a great improvement nga para sa ating national team program. Of course, the PHSU is working hard to continue train ng ating mga local vets natin to help themselves prepare and to train, to compete, and to give honor and pride sa ating mga Pilipino sa mga international competitions. At ikaw ay isa sa mga testament sa magandang programa ito ng PHSU. So before we end, we will do our photo op. Thumbs up and smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And before we close out, maybe you could have some closing remarks bago tayo magpaalam.
okay, first of all, I would like to thank everyone who helped me along the way to get to my goals, and hopefully the other ones as well, to the, like I said, step by step thing. And really thankful for the federation, for everyone who supported me, my grandfather, my parents, uh, everyone who's been there since the start. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hoping everyone good luck and have a nice day. Really.
And with God's grace, the right support system, and a good training, tiyak na mararating ninyo mga um, achievements, na mga goals sa buhay, sa pagiging isang atleta. And we look forward for a great performance dyan sa ISU Junior World Cup and even in the other competitions lined up for you. I'm wishing you all the best, and even Peter and the other local and international based short track speed skaters. And we look forward to talk to you again kung meron kayong mga important details na nais nyong feature at nais ninyong i-spotlight. Alright? Bye-bye po. God bless you and thank you. Thank you po.